Welcome to the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic, coming to you live from the campus of Glendale High School. Almost like Glendale Community College, but Glendale High School, home of the Cardinals. As you can see, yes, the original Cardinals of the state. The Arizona Cardinals had to borrow their name when they came to town. But nonetheless, this is the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic, and right now we have the 9U's up. The 9U, black team, they made it easy on the names of the teams, and the 9U white team. So glad this APN video production can come to you live from Glendale High School. And again, youth football. Ooh, nice handoff there over the right side. He picks up a first down, has a lot more space. Ooh, tries to cut it back inside, breaks a few tackles, and look at that, hits pay dirt. Wow, what a run there, a touchdown over the right side. That young man turned on the Jets, put some moves on. Possibly could have been Caleb Graves. My apologies. He got into a pack there real quick. And he goes in for the touchdown on the second play. First play, we saw the incompletion there. And the second play, man, he looked like Jeff Lowry in the open field, cutting and leaving guys behind in his heyday. That's all. That's all I. Oh, everybody knows. Come on. Oh, that's right. They're going to line up and man, I got to check and see the rules real quick. I think if they throw it, it's 1 point. If they kick it, they get 2, right? Yep. You see, it's youth football. It's backwards from normal. So, yeah, they're going for the 1 point conversion here. And the quarterback, look at that, rolling to his right, has a chance. Oh, and great stop there by the defense to keep him out. So that makes it 6-0 in favor of the 9U white team. Well, I know any coach at any level will take a 2-play drive. So the white team will be kicking off now as I'm back and bringing you 4 games this morning and this afternoon. 2022 Arizona Urban Elite Arizona Classic All-Star Showcase. And man, well, you talk about showcase, you get a run like that to start the game, and that is showcase. So now the 9U white team kicking off. See what kind of leg. Well, gets it up in the air, and oh, that's a live ball. It's bobbled around. Oh, and it is falling on right there by the black team. So they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Well, we'll see if they can match the speed and the play of the 9U white team. Let's see him completing some passes before the so that's number 25, Isaac Gonzalez, trotting over to the sidelines now, going into the huddle. Saw Mr. Gonzalez throwing some passes before the game. His receivers, some of them were stopping on the patterns, didn't make him too happy because he overshot a few of them in warm-up. So, and he's in the shotgun. Coach is making sure the formation's right. Is 2 receivers to either side. Yep, even in this day and age, youth football, nobody's under center anymore. Oh, the handoff, and it's fumbled and recovered. That was by number 1, Olajuwon Myers Jr. Like the handoff may have been bobbled a little bit, and then he was trying to stop to get it. And maybe that was a little bit of luck there because he slipped down and recovered the ball right there. And it is a loss of 5 yards. So they'll have a 2nd and 15 from the 37. As Gonzalez again The shotgun, pistol formation. Look at that little bit of motion here. Oh, the handoff up the middle and a big hit there. And unfortunately, that's a gentleman that doesn't have a number on the 9U white team. It's no fun when jerseys get mixed up. See the replay there. Look at that stick. Oh, man. Well, 13, that was Kevin Haywood with the big hit for the white team. Well, their offense came out. Defense says, well, we got to match that intensity. These 11 on defense have done just that. So now it is a 3rd and 15. As we get a timeout from the black team. 3rd and long. Coach wants to make sure he gets and everybody in the right formation, set right, at least maybe trying to gain a few yards. And again, the one thing with youth football, you're not going to see too many teams punt. And again, I'm not laughing at them not punting. I'm saying it is. I'm thinking of professional, college professional, and something goes bad, and they say you only have one job. But it is a tough skill. It is a tough skill to definitely to master. One of the greats was actually it was a throwback to the past. You kids can Google it. Scottsdale Community College artichoke, Mr. Jeff Fiegels, Arizona guy. 1 year at SCC, and then only played football for a year, 2 years in high school. His junior year was when he started. So and he ended up at Miami in the pros. But yes, he will tell you it is a skill. And look at that, the handoff up the middle out of the timeout. Oh, and he gets to midfield. And I think he's 2 yards short, Jeff, because it was on the initial line of scrimmage was a 42. So he'd have to get to the 48. So, yeah, he's 2 yards short, but what a man, you think they're going to pass right there, and even Coach fooled the other team. Man, that was a great run. That was a good call there.
Nice little wildcat there.
Hey, whatever it takes. But I just think it's – well, hey, you always hear the cliche, football's a copycat sport, and the fact that you don't have a quarterback that's not under center, even at the 9U level, and keeps it over the right side. And that was number 1, Olajuwon Myers Jr. picking up the first down. So from a 3rd and 15 going backwards to a 4th and 1, and you see him going over the right side. And well, look at that, the right side of the line doing a great job getting the block. And now we got another timeout. (6-0) the score. 6:18 left to go here in the opening quarter, with the 9U white team leading over the 9U black team and the 2022 All-Star Youth Classic. Man, the turf field here at Glendale, you gotta love that. And whoever painted the cardinal, man, that is detailed. That looks good. Not that I'm expecting it to look bad per se, but again, getting the turf fields, and we'll say it puts a little bit more of a bounce in your step. I mean, if you're fast, it's going to make you a teeny bit faster, and if you're trying to get faster, it'll make you feel a little bit better about that. So a 1st and 10 now for the 9U black team is and the shotgun snap. Oh, the handoff. Look at that. It's man, somehow they're turning an oblong football into a basketball because it was handed off, hit the turf, and it bounced perfectly right back to him. And that could happen 100 more times or 99 more times, and it would not bounce right back to him. So 2 lucky breaks there as the ball is on the 9U Whites 48-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Shotgun. And the whistle blew. I didn't see the official talking to one of the coaches right there on the field, but I don't know if it was a false start. All right, well. Well, so the ball, yeah, it is spotted right there. And
Well, Mike, I think we had a little confusion out there, and try to get this microphone kind of set up here. Mike Caratanudo, Jeff Lowry here from Glendale, Arizona.
Yes, we are. And it's always good to be here in Glendale's. Oh, look at that, the pitch out to the left side. And, wow, look at that. Going to gain 1 yard. Went from the near hash to the far hash there, Jeff. And wasn't able to get too much there. But that being said, they stopped him on first and second down last time. And then gave up the big play there on third down, and then it was a fourth and short.
I'll tell you, the White on that particular play did a great job. They contained the outside. They ran it to the short side of the field, and give credit to number 9 on that White team. He did a great job of containing the outside, and we're going to get another timeout, and I think this is going to be black.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a number 9 on the White team, but I do have an 8. Do you think it looks like an 8? Because 9s and 8s on jerseys, maybe you don't feel this way, but I do. They're the worst.
Yes.
Because they literally always seem to cross. Or they crunch up, like the 8 will crunch up, and you think it's a 9, and then the jersey comes out and it's an 8, and the 9, same thing, it crunches up. So if that was 8, it was Jax Diaz. Again, the white team had some issues with jerseys and misplacement, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and there's not a whole lot that really we can do about it, except this is a special event because of the players out here are elite players, and this is by invitation, and I think even though we don't have complete rosters out here, this is a celebration of these outstanding young men.
Oh, absolutely. And again, getting to play, it's a high school field, but you got the field turf, and, again, already had a 46-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
That's a snap. Oh, look at that. Right up the middle again, following the center and the guard, and picking up a few yards there. That was a heck of a run. And wrong team.
Just another outstanding job here, the quarterback. He's been their primary weapon so far. And, that little keeper, not really a wildcat, but just a straight quarterback keeper. And they've run it over that right side, and they've had a lot of success on that right side.
Yeah, I think that was number 2, Travis Brooks. Or Brookes, pardon me. And, yeah, at this age, they have no problem throwing the ball. It's not like they can't throw the ball, but you're going to see a little bit more running. And then when you do see the passes get in, look at this, a wing formation. And now the run again. Jeff, you called it over the right side. He picks up a first down, sheds the tackler, cuts across the 25 to the 20. Will he get tackled? He high steps down to the 5. Oh, and flung out of bounds on the far side. What a beautiful run there. And Jeff, did you see that high step? That kid does not know who Roger Craig is, but that was reminiscent of a Roger Craig high step.
Yeah, and I'm sure most of these kids don't know who Roger Craig is, but that was a tremendous run, and they've been able to exploit the left side of that White defensive front wall, and you probably see a lot of it until the White can consistently stop it.
Yeah, so now that's number 1, Olajuwon Myers Jr. came over and got the play call, and he the team is lined up. closer to the far side hash mark. And the snap. Oh, and they get in the backfield as that was number 26, Santana Davis on the carry. Jeff, he got this, well, the direct snap, I should say, tried to go to the offensive right again and just couldn't get. Somebody missed the block, and that tackle happened in the backfield. So again, the struggles on first down, the early downs, but I guess if there's a silver lining, Jeff's success on 3rd and long is a big plus.
Now they're 2nd and goal.
And the snap, well, going over the right side again. Ooh, trying to get through. Well, got through, dove across the 5 down to about the 4-yard line.
14 on the tackle.
And solid tackle there by number 14, who it's a new jersey for them because he is not, unfortunately, listed. Like I said, some numbers changed and some don't have jerseys, but number 14 making the tackle there. And we get a timeout. With 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go in the opening quarter, a 6-0 lead for the 9U white team over the 9U black team in this 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic.
Let's look at that long run again. The high step run.
It was a great high step run. Look at that. Gets thrown out of, made some moves and got thrown out of bounds, but man, it's always about slipping that first tackle. So it is 3rd down. The chains are here. We got a marker, so it is 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. As the snap comes back over the right side, and look at that. He is not going to get tackled into the end zone. And what number? That was it number 1 again?
Like 5, maybe.
Oh, number 5. Numbers.
It was a direct snap.
They don't have a number 5. So 6-6 is the score. 1:22 left to go as they're going to try and get the 1-point conversion. And the direct snap, and this time, well, not going to the right, going right up the middle and getting stopped short. So the score will be tied up at 6.
No, maybe it is 1.
Yeah, that was Olajuwon Myers Jr. Got the direct snap there and went up the middle. But yeah, like Jeff said, success going to the right, and when that run was actually to the left. The big run, well, actually up the middle, and he cut it out to the left on the long run there that got him in great scoring position. So with 1:22 left to go here in the opening quarter of this 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. We're going to see the kickoff, and yep, I was going to say I don't see a tee out there, but yep, coach tossed the tee out.
Well, Mike, so far in this contest, we've seen both teams execute well on offense.
Well, look at that we have Jeff, little squib kick there. It's a live ball. And, oh, the reverse. Man, that is a gutsy handoff as and that's number 34 that made that handoff. for the white team. And, man, Jeff, there's a lot of traffic right there.
That was a nice play by number 5 for the black. Read that one really well. Got a little help from the official.
Unfortunately, again, I don't know who number 5 not listed on the roster. But it'll be a 1st and 10 for the 9U white team from their 36-yard line. As, again, with 1:12 left to go in this opening quarter. And, again, both teams with, well, 1 touchdown each. Look at this, the trips to the near side of the field. Well, no tight ends here because you got a back and then a single receiver to the far side. So look at this going complete spread. Ooh, the snap, and it's dropped and fumbled, and that's going to be a loss.
Good job by Black 17 getting in there quickly. Fought off a block and got in there unabated.
That would be Ezekiel Love.
He wasn't given much love on that play.
Oh, he is. That is a great sports name. That's all I know. Oh, they left the tee on the field. Safety's like, hey, let's get this off the field. So the ball on the 44-yard line.
Got a penalty,
So,
apparently.
yeah, it looks like a penalty. So, giving him a 1st down. So it's a 1st and 10 from the 44. And, that did blow the whistle, but so the snap again, the handoff on the sweep, and well, this time, he takes the ball. You've got to be kidding me. He strips the ball, and he is going to go all the way to the end zone untouched. The defensive touchdown, and man, what a run there, Jeff. And I want to say that was number 8.
I think it's 5.
All right, well, it's number 5 again, who unfortunately is not on the roster. He just took the ball away. That was unbelievable. Takes the ball away and sprints 45 yards for the touchdown.
Watch it again.
As they're going to go for 1 point as we see it again. But look at this. Comes over the right side. Takes the ball away. I like that. Doesn't even look back. Keeps his eyes on the finish line, which is the end zone, and crosses in.
Sorry.
As they go in for the touchdown. And, well, they had a second. And we get a timeout.
Black.
Yeah.
So you got a timeout with Black, and Mike, we're at the end of the first quarter.
Oh, so it wasn't a timeout. It's the end of the quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he was pointing to the clock. So yes, it is the end of the first quarter. 12-6, the score in favor of the black team. And man, what a play there. But we'll step aside. Second quarter action coming up from the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic from Glendale High School. Point conversion.
So we are now heading to the second quarter here from Glendale High School. As we get set for more all-star action here from Glendale.
So I'm guessing that was a timeout, and then the end of the quarter. Because, yeah, they did switch sides on the extra point, which as we are back here at Glendale High School, 13-6 the score. So that was a timeout by the black team. Then they went for the extra point, in which they got, and they are now up 13-6. So, yeah. So now it is the start of the second quarter as well. It's a line drive kickoff. It's a live ball bouncing around. Oh, and look at that diving in, trying to get to it. And that was number 13, which we do know who that is, Jeff, for the wrong area. Sorry. Number 13 is Kevin Haywood, who took a big hit there. Hey, if you want to play on the hands team, there's an onside kick. Guess what? You're going to take some punishment.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the white team from their own 41-yard line. But man, what a what a hit Haywood took. And the handoff over the left side, and well, that's where they had a big run, but the defense strung it out beautifully there. And make the tackle, so that will bring up a 2nd down. Well, I got a yard on that, so a 2nd down and 9. So a 2nd and 9. So this is back in motion. Oh, nice little screen pass out to the flat. Thought it might be a double pass, but nothing there, and he's trying to stretch it out, but the defense does a great job as it looks like the ball hit the turf, and it did, and the 9U black team will come up with it. So they get a takeaway for a touchdown, run it right back, and then a fumble. And that's at some point you always hear try and plant and get upfield. So it'll be a 1st and 10 now for the 9U black team from the 9U white team's 36-yard line. And, man, defense, well, their offense set the tone early, but whatever the coaches said for to these young men that are rotating in and out on defense, they definitely took it to heart because they have strung things out beautifully, set the edge, and just stretch it out. And cause another turnover. The last one was a, I guess you could say he stripped the ball. It was a strip 6, and this one, well, just the fumble right towards the end of the play. Referee right there, so he wasn't down. So 1st and 10 as the snap. Right to the quarterback, and look at that. He goes to the right, cuts it all the way back to the left, past the 30, to the 25, to the 20, gets pushed forward. Look at the stiff arm. Nobody can bring him down. And it is a 36-yard touchdown run. And just like that, the black team is up 19-6. Well, they gave up the first score. Man, what a heck of a run there. So they're going to line up and go for the 1-point conversion again. So again, now that and 3-back set, and that's number 25, Isaac Gonzalez takes the snap, hands it off, trying to bounce it out to the right side, and man, both teams, it's mirror images. It's crazy. They try to bounce it out too far. When they cut it up inside, they get more yards. And again, you're trying to look for a lane. You didn't see it. That means the defense, again, doing their job stringing it out. So they stop that conversion, and they're down by 13. It's a 9U white team, but, man, they got to protect that ball. Again, a nice sunny, I think it's probably about up to 50 degrees right now. And no, wherever you're watching, we're glad you're watching, but not trying to rub it in. So they'll get set to kick off. So we're getting set. All right, referee blows the whistle, and we're all set for the lefty to kick off as well. Bouncing around again, and this time it gets fielded, and oh, what a tackle right there. Possibly King Hardwick, or it could have been Braylon Brandon. As we see the kickoff, man, he just, look at that. He comes in, runs right through him, just like you're supposed to tackle. That is a form tackle. Man, that is great to see that. So they'll have a 1st and 10 from their own 47 or 42-yard line, pardon me, from their own 42. And they threw that first play of the game, and the ball got knocked down. Second play of the game, they scored on the big run play. And they've stuck to the run pretty much since then. So in the shotgun, and, well, gets the snap, handles it well. Rolls out to his left, and look at that. Throws a pass to a wide-open receiver, crosses midfield to the 45 to the 40. He starts to break away, and then he gets tackled as the angle there. Solid angle taken, but right when I say that, the pass was complete. Nice route as he just kind of went out into the flat. Quarterback did a good job of getting the ball out there, and then, man, turned on the speed there. So a 36-yard gain on that play, over out into the flat, 36 yards, and well, now we get a timeout. On the field, and they'll have a 1st and 10 from the 9U white team. I'll have 1st and 10 from the 9U black team's 22-yard line. See, I'm like a fortune teller at times. I'm just so into it with play calling. I'm saying, man, they passed on the first play, haven't done it, and then all of a sudden, bam, out into the flat. wide open, and they're able to again, get some momentum back because the last two series, man, this defense, 9U Black Team's defense has done a heck of a job as they been able to stop runs and create turnovers. The first one, the ball was just taken away from the running back and then run in. The shotgun snap. Ooh, well, trying to do the jet sweep, but he hesitated a little bit. Oh, and a flag comes flying in, and he gets dropped in the backfield. And that was number 13. And that is Kevin Haywood, who got the carry, but the flag comes flying in. So let's see if, is it a holding call? Yeah, it is holding on the offense. So that'll march him back 10 yards. He'll be right on the 45-yard line. Or 35-yard line. I'm giving him a 20-yard penalty. Man, I'm a jerk. Wow. So it'll bring up 2nd and a quarter mile from the 35-yard line for the 9U white team as they're on the 9U black team's 35. But they got two receivers to either side, pistol formation. Good snap there. He's dropping back to pass, trying to throw the post, has a man, floats it. Oh, jumps up and makes the catch, breaks away from the tackler, and turns into the middle of the field. Pay dirt time for that young man, and man, it was a jump ball. He high-pointed that beautifully.
What a tremendous catch. And the throw was right there.
Corner of the safety seemed to be there, Jeff, and he split him, and he goes up like he's he goes up like he's getting a rebound, snatches it down, turns on the Jets, nobody touches him, and he gets his team within 7 now, and it looks like they are.
And you got to really give credit to the quarterback that time. I mean, he put that ball right on the money, and 13's got some height. He's got the good length there, and he just reached up and came up with it, and now it's a one-possession game.
Yeah, Kevin Haywood, he's a little payback for taking that hit on the kick return team when he had to take that hit. So that's just a thing that, it was a heck of a play, but, man, nice speed by Haywood to take it in. And now they're going for it. Oh, well, broke away from one, but is going to run out of real estate on the far side of the field. And they will stop them, so that'll keep the score at 19-12, 5:24 left to go here in the second quarter. More action coming up from the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic.
No. Should say live.
19-12 the score. The 9U white team just got the touchdown. Didn't get the extra point in the kickoff. Well, it's fielded, and now he cuts it back to the middle of the field, trying to direct some blockers. Somebody shoots the gap there and makes the tackle, and hobbling a little bit. That's number 1 for the white team, getting helped off by his teammates. But he is able to make the play, so it'll be a 1st and 10 for the 9U black team from their own 48-yard line. Looks like that's Braylon Brandon that was getting the call, and coach called him the offense back over. Oh, I called him. Yeah, they're helping him off the field as all right, well, when you white team's out there, and it was Xavier Castro. .25 for the black team, leading them back out on the field. Well, snap, and the handoff goes to Santana Davis over the right side, and he gets pushed back into the backfield, but his forward progress will be a loss of 5 yards on that play, bringing up a 2nd and 15 now. And much more success running to the inside so far early on, but Jace Brown, number 24, comes over and gets the call. And also number 6, Braylon Brandon. Oh, the handoff up the middle there. Look at the little stiff arm, crosses midfield and trying to bounce to the outside. Oh, man. He threw the tackler down as he went down. I think it was King Hardwick on that carry. So that is a 1st down now, of 1st and 10 with the 9U black team from the 9U whites 32-yard line. 1st and 10 right there. So 1st and 10 and the snap. Oh, well, miscommunication there on who was supposed to get the ball, as Travis Brookus started to go to his left, came back to his right, as looks like Santana Davis was coming across to get the ball, and miscommunication there, and they will lose 8 yards on that play. So 2nd and 18 now. A little bit of a low snap. Ooh, bobbled the handoff there to Davis. And now look at that, bouncing it back all the way to the right side. And still on his feet, still pushing forward, but now that is stopped. So, well, he ran about 22 yards to get back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 18 as you see him coming. Comes back across the field. Well,
I'll tell you, that was an excellent job by the defense. I mean, you sometimes a ball carrier gets into almost a scrum like he was. You lose sight of it, and you know, give a lot of credit to that white defense. They stayed on top of things and made the tackle for loss.
Well, not for no gain. He managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, but still, it feels like a loss when you run 20 yards and gain none.
Yep.
So 1:12 left to go in this first half. And, well, they're going to run it over on the left side, cuts it up the middle, picks up the lost yardage, and so that will bring up, wow, he made it. Jeff, on 3rd and 18 now, they're going to have, it looks like, a 4th and 1. Yeah, a 4th and 1 again. That's the second time on 3rd and long they've gotten, last time it was 3rd and 15, they got 14 yards. This time a 3rd and 18, and they get 17 of those 18. Or no, they gave him the first down. He got all 18.
Wow.
Well, I shouldn't say gave him. He got the first down.
That was an outstanding run, no doubt about it. And that's the situation where that ball carrier, he's picking up the holes. Great cutback move. Just a beautiful play to get that first down.
The line doing a good job, too. They're staying on their blocks. As this will come to the left side. Oh, look at that. Puts his shoulder. Oh, the stiff arm, and the ball comes out. And he picks it back. Man, I've never known a football to bounce like a basketball so much in one game.
Well, you look at the replay, they ran that similar play in the first quarter to the right side. Now they're attacking the other side as the white made a few adjustments on defense. And in that situation, it didn't work. And now they're looking at goal to go with 7 seconds left to play at the 8-yard line of the white.
Yeah, 7.3 as they're at the 7-yard line. So pretty much one play to get into the end zone. They snap it. He's got the blocking, and he gets in for the touchdown. Well, see, I'm slowly applying for the offensive coordinator because you said they made the adjustment, but when they cut it up inside, cut it back, started to go left, cut it back into the middle, had a perfect lane there. The line did their job. So props to the line. So they're going to get to go for the extra point as they are up 25-12. And scoring as the clock went to triple zeros there, but well, now they're really spread out. 2 receivers to either side. Getting the snap, looking to pass, throws. Oh, and well, incomplete there. And that will end. It was Chase Brown throwing that pass. So, yeah, you see this when he cuts back. Cuts back, look at that, into the middle, and look at the line. You can see, Jeff was a quarterback. He likes to give credit to the quarterback and everybody. I like the Hogs, the guys up front. No, Jeff does too. No, but the good job there is, again, they don't get the extra point, trying to throw the pass there, but 25-12 is our score here at halftime from the 2022 Arizona Youth Classic here from Glendale High School. A lot more action coming up here on APN Video. You ready to come back here, buddy? Getting set for the second half here from the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic, coming to you from Glendale High School, yes, home of the Cardinals. And the 9U Black team is up 25-12 over the 9U White team, as the 9U White team, well, they did get the ball first. So 9U Black team gets to start the second half with the ball. And, oh, nice kick there over everybody's head. Takes a bounce. Well, of course, a very favorable bounce for the Black team, who's had quite a few. It looks like that's Olajuwon Myers Jr. that picked up the kickoff there, but a nice kick over everybody's head. But they will have a 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Will the 9U Black team, again, scoring right before the half ended, getting the ball first. So, again, that's why when you see so many teams choose to defer, you want it to work out for you like that. Now, it might not always work out like that. Obviously, always doesn't at every level. But nonetheless, for the 9U Black team, they're going to have a chance to add to this lead.
And remember, the White team scored first, got out to a 6-0 lead. So, yeah, it was a dominant first half for the U9 Black. They reeled off 25 of 31 points after falling down 6-0. And, you know, really the quarterback keeper has been their primary weapon here on offense so far.
Yes, whoever has been at quarterback, 100% with you. And looks like that's Isaac Gonzalez. Again, he started the first half at quarterback, and he was part of the rotation as the backs shift, and Gonzalez, though, in the shotgun. Again, 1st and 2 on their own 42 as he hands off. Again, bouncing it outside. Nice little stiff arm there across midfield. Cuts it back inside to the 45 and goes down at the 43-yard line. 15-yard gain right there on a 1st and 10, picking up another first down. Well, man, halftime didn't slow their momentum down, did it, Jeff?
No, and they were attacking that right side at the beginning of the game and had a lot of success. They switched things up in that second quarter and picking up right where they left off. They're attacking that left side, and the White's going to have to make some adjustments here if they're going to stay in this game down 25-12.
And where they've really succeeded too, Jeff, is, and both teams actually, when they keep trying to bounce it outside, and when the defense does that job of containing the edge and making them bounce out, they've made tackles. But when they find that lane, and you talked about it in the first half, and they just cut into that lane, and it's been very huge for them as Gonzalez gets the snap and hands off that time.
Replay.
That was number 2, Travis Brookus. And he goes over the left side there. And so no gain on the play. Stop at the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now.
Mike, I think they might have heard me up here. That that White defense really rose to the occasion on that last play. And again, you know, most of the time, I mean, especially I think with the talent we're seeing out here, you're going to see a lot of speed, and that means you really have to contain the outside and really force them towards the middle.
Yeah, well, force them to a cutback lane where they have nowhere to go. As the handoff on the quick counter, as that goes to Santana Davis. Got a few carries in the first half as Isaac Gonzalez gave it to him, and Gonzalez again now. So that'll bring up, well, no gain again, trying to go over the right side with that counter, Jeff. So it'll be a 3rd and 10 for the 9U Black team from the 9U Whites 43-yard line. But Jeff, 3rd and 10, they don't seem to care. 3rd and 14, 3rd and 18.
No, they've been able to convert, gaining the line so many times on these 3rd and 4th and longs, and so you put 25 points up on the board and a half, you're doing something right.
Oh, absolutely. And the snap now, and well, up the middle, and no one can take him down, and he's hiding behind his blockers. Look at that. Keeping the feet moving. Shifting a little bit, and unfortunately, yep, I was going to say a little slow to get up, but he's able to get up.
You know, Mike, the previous play, I wanted to say that was a phenomenal tackle. We don't have the player did not have a number. We can't acknowledge him, or recognize him, but it was a tremendous play. I mean, he made the tackle literally 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I think the forward momentum got him back to the line, but it was a tremendous play on the previous play for the defense on the white.
So now it's a 4th and 1, and they take it over the left side. And look at that. The direct snap picks up the first down on a lot more, going down the sidelines, tiptoeing, and did he get in?
Nope.
No, he did not. I didn't see the – oh, man. Oh, that's tough because you're trying to stay straight up, and somebody, of course, full speed just has to give you that little tap, and you know your momentum, and he walked the line nicely, just couldn't break the plane, but nonetheless on a 4th and 1, again, picking up a first down.
Well, and you know, we talk about playing here in Glendale and synonymous with a colleague of ours for many years, Joe Kirsting, and how many times did you hear the Hall of Fame coach say, the teams are separated by what you do on 3rd and 4th down if you can get those conversions.
Play the field position game, punting's okay, and you pick up 3rd and 4th and short.
Yep.
Control that clock, and obviously the scoreboard in this case, so a 1st and goal, and the snap goes right to Santana Davis. He's a big back, Jeff, and he's gotten a few carries inside. When they try to bounce it out, hasn't had as much luck, but he goes from the 2
down to about the 6 inch.
Yeah, I was going to say inside the 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm. That's the big fullback, and he's the guy that, that's the guy you want in there. He's a Brahma bull, and
I think he wants you to call him the big tailback, though.
Yep.
They phased the fullback out of football. I don't understand why. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah, it's good to be a little old school.
Absolutely. Well, hey.
Let's see if they can punch it in here.
So this will bring up the penalty marker.
Yeah, we got someone offsides on the defense, half the distance to the goal.
So that'll take it to the 3-inch line. I know you have to call it. It is a penalty, but I always laugh when it's that close to the goal line because I think it was a college game I was watching years back, and I forget who, but I'll never forget this. The defense got called for 3 straight penalties inside the 1, so the analyst goes, what are they going to do? Take out a measuring tape, move it a millimeter? Because that's all you can do.
Yeah.
So, and look at that. Davis getting shut down in the backfield. Santana Davis. So now they're back. Jeff, they're back at the 2 yard line. So a 2 yard loss there. And I want to say it's 3rd because the 3rd down and goal. Okay, yeah, because the penalty. So third and goal because the marker. They decided to not keep the marker up. So
this is their best play.
Oh, and the defense. You're right. Sniffed it out as that was Olajuwon Myers Jr. Again, a little bit of a smaller back. He's hid behind the offensive line and had a few big runs, as we know. And so now this should bring up 4th and goal. As unfortunately, Jeff, looks like we do have a player down on the white team. So we'll step aside. They'll check him out, and we'll be back with more action here from the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. All right, well, young gentleman was helped off the field, so we like seeing that. And now the snap on 4th and goal and getting in the backfield right away. And a heck of a tackle there.
14.
So Number 14 for, well, nice tackle by number 14. Because, again, unfortunately, with the roster we have, different numbers, unfortunately. So, but a heck of a play by that young man because, Jeff, those two plays have been their bread and butter, whether they went to the counter on the right, came back to the left, or ran it to the left side. Either way, but that time he shot the gap. Somebody missed the block there, and they'll learn from that. But, again, it's not even picking on this line. This line has done a very, very good job, and they've pinned this team deep, and the defense has caused some turnovers. So a 1st and 10 now from the 9U white team from their own 3-yard line. And we get a penalty marker down.
Yeah, Mike, this is the first of 4 games that we're going to have here on APN. If you're interested in watching the next game, we're going to try to switch it back over to the NYCBS YouTube channel. We're going to attempt it. Google is not being very nice to us this weekend.
Yes, technology is not my friend, so it's not even you. It's technology's not my friend. No. So, well, the penalty was on the 9U black team, so that'll push it out, Jeff, to the 8-yard line, give him at least a little bit of breathing room here.
Yeah, somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
So 1st and 5 now, and they're showing blitz.
There.
Well, he went forward. I don't know if didn't throw the flag. That ball is hanging up in the air. Oh, and it's caught. Look at that. Well, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Do you know why, Jeff? Because that was good old number 13, Kevin Haywood, who had the touchdown. And quarterbacks have figured out, throw it up high to him, and he'll make me look good.
Yep. Well, another outstanding catch. White trying to get back in it after leading 6-0 early in the game, and then they give up 25 of 31 points to close out the first half. And yeah, we're down to a minute 10 right now, and they got a lot of grass in front of them. But this white team, they've proven that they can move the ball on this black defense. This is going to be probably a fairly high-scoring game when it's over.
So he gets a snap on a 1st and 10 and throwing it again. And the penalty marker is going to come down. I think the defender, of course, in the age of offense.
Number 1 on the breakup.
Well, it was number 1, but he might get called for the pass interference, and that is old Jawan Myers Jr., who had a good position, just may have got there a little too early.
Yep.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 now from their own 39-yard line for the 9U white team. And like you said, well, the final 12 seconds of this quarter, and we get all the referees.
This might be the end of the quarter.
Well, there's 10 seconds left. So it looks like some adjustment. Yeah, some adjustment.
So apparently we must have had a timeout in there.
So yeah, 22 seconds left to go.
But the officials didn't indicate which team called the timeout.
Well, I think maybe it didn't stop because of the penalty.
Okay.
When the marker went down, I think maybe it was still running, so that's why they said reset it to 22 because pass was incomplete anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But they took a timeout. So now the officials are going to go ahead and just run out this third quarter.
So, nonetheless, a 1st and 10. 38. Oh, nice handoff, and trying to get to the outside. Yeah, he gets the turn up and then bounce a little more to the outside. Shakes a tackler. Oh, and pushes another would-be tackler away, and that was number 11, Julian Lewis. Got Julian Lewis. He's on the roster. Nice run there by by Julian. At least cut up a little bit, try to get to the outside a little more, and then, man, these kids. Bet you if you ask these running backs who their favorite player is, they'd probably say Derrick Henry. Man, we've seen some. Again, I'm not trying to oversell it. You've seen the two running backs from the black team threw those huge stiff arms in the first half, and then Lewis pushed his would-be tackler back about 2 yards there too. So that's the end of the third quarter, though. 25-12.
Well, at least we think it is the end of the third quarter because the official actually
13 seconds?
said that was a timeout.
Yes.
And a timeout for the White. So the White will take one of their timeouts away.
Well, let's see. We're gonna.
It'd be nice to see the officials make more hand gestures. Maybe our scoreboard operator can tell them to
Help them out a little.
help us out a little bit up here,
Yeah, help us all out.
trying to figure out.
Hey, but you know what? It is 2nd and 5 from the 45 for the 9U White team.
And there's 13 seconds left to play. They've taken the scoreboard here at Glendale High School. We'll turn that thing back on at the beginning of the fourth, but the time right now held by the officials down on the field.
So 2nd and 4 from the 45, from their own 45 for the 9U White team. Nice shotgun snap there. Ooh, he's rolling to his left. He's getting pressured, and he gets away. Can he get back to the line of scrimmage? Oh, well, he's actually going to gain about half a yard on that.
Tremendous defense by the Black.
Yeah.
They weren't fooled on that play. You know, so many times you'll see a big gainer on a broken play, but Black stayed true that time, and now we got another timeout on the field as we are just maybe 2 or 3 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3, Mike.
Yeah, and you looked at the again the shotgun snaps, and again, I know when people say, "Oh, covering youth football," it's not. Again, it's one of those things where nobody's under center, but the shotgun snaps. I mean, we've only seen maybe 1 or 2 that both teams that haven't been, maybe a little high, and quarterback maybe bobbled it a little bit, but for the most part, and again, to get that skill down, it definitely benefits who's ever playing center. I'll say that much to start it, be good at it at a young age. So it is now 3rd and a long 3. Well, thought about the screen, throws the post. Oh, and a nice play there. Did he catch that? You've got
That was intercepted.
It is intercepted. So yes, he did catch it, but not from the White team.
17.
Ezekiel Love stealing the love from the offense. That's a nice play there by Ezekiel. And that is the end of the third quarter.
Wow.
We get the sign. That was the longest 32 seconds of a end of a quarter I've seen. But nonetheless, the score is 25-12 off the interception. The 9U Black team will have the ball when we get back here from Glendale High School, the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. Back here at the 2022 All-Star Youth Showcase. Arizona Youth All-Star Classic, pardon me. And, well, on the 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line, they are close. That looks like, Jeff, looks like from the spot they picked. They picked up another first down.
Yeah.
You get an intercept. And you know what? Outside of the strip that the young man ran in for the touchdown, but when they've turned the ball over, when they force turnovers, they really haven't been stopped.
No.
Because they scored on that, obviously, took it straight to the house. And then the other one, they scored, I think, 3 plays later in the first half, 3 or 4 plays later.
And, the Black, I mean, they've, outside that opening drive that they gave up the 6 points, they have dominated this game. I mean, they have outscored them 25-6 since that opening drive by the White offense.
The snap, and look at that, following his center and then bouncing it to the outside, turning on the Jets. He's to the 25, to the 20. The defender had an angle on him. Look at that. He tap dances down the sideline and gets in the end zone. Number 1, Olajuwon Myers Jr. with the touchdown. Man, what a play there. A 44-yard touchdown run for Olajuwon Myers Jr., Jeff. Well, we talked about you get a turnover and you capitalize. And, again, we always hear is obviously you get, high school, college, pros with touchdowns, not field goals, but they're capitalizing with touchdowns. And now they will go for 1. So they will, and we get a whistle. It's a false start. Stop shaking. So that'll back him up 5 yards and put the ball on the 10-yard line. A little bit tougher to get this extra point, but Mr. Myers Jr., who had the nice long touchdown run, gets the call from his coach. And
well, the Black team right now enjoying their largest lead of the contest of 19.
31-12, trying to make it 32. Snap over the right side. Ball picked up a blocker, broke a tackle. And, again, trying to go outside. Then where to cut back into. They strung that out nicely as that was number 2 on the carry. That was Travis Burkus on the carry. And, again, we've seen both teams able to do that, Jeff, where they –
I took us to break because I had to.
Oh, okay. Well, the extra point, it stopped short there, but 31-12 now. 8:46 left to go in the fourth quarter for the 9U matchup here between the 9U Black team and the 9U White team. 9U Black said leading 31-25. Joining the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic from Glendale High School. And while trying the onside kick there, and oh man, well, they kicked it to one of the bigger players, and he lowered his shoulder.
Yeah, one of the up men.
Oh, and he's rolling over a little slow because he lowered his shoulder and delivered a blow, and then after he bounced off that, there were 2 more tacklers there.
Well, special thanks goes out to Urban Elite. They are the main sponsor of today's event. Urban Elite, a proud sponsor of the NYCBS, National Youth.
So 1st and 10 now from their own 46-yard line, 47-yard line, but false start. And Jeff, I was just about to say to you, the penalty we've seen in this half, because in the first half it was pretty clean. I think there was just one. There was actually two. I think there was one on each team in the first half.
And, you know, one of the things you got to think about here, I mean, this is February 6th. This isn't really football season. I mean, it is for the NFL, but it's not for youth and high school. I mean, a lot of these guys probably haven't played a regular season game for months.
Yeah, that is true. And I know even different cities will have different calendars, but you're right, for the most part with football, I mean, most are in basketball right now. Oh, a low snap, and, well, he just has to cover it up as he couldn't pick it up cleanly.
It's a smart play by the white quarterback. I mean, usually the rule is, usually the cardinal rule is a ball that's on the ground like that, you just go ahead and cover it up because the possession's more important than trying to make a play that probably will go sideways anyway.
Yeah, well, the way it's been bouncing for these kids, maybe not, but yes, for everybody else, absolutely. And that was Jace Patrick, number 32, for the 9U black team that was right there in the backfield. If he didn't fall on it, Patrick was going to recover it. But another shotgun snap, rolling to his right, completes the pass. Oh, incomplete.
Is that a live ball?
No, it was incomplete. He didn't have control. It hit literally the defender, whether he meant to time it or not. He did, because right as the ball got to the pads of that young man, he hit him, and the ball went flying forward. So that will make it 3rd down. Third down and 17 now. And the sweep coming to the near side of the field. That ball gets put on the ground from the hit. And, yes, the ref signaled right away. The 9U black team, again, Jeff forcing another turnover and trying to make a play and get to the outside. But I talked about both lines blocking good, but the defensive lines, too, for both teams, when they made plays in the backfield, they've shot that gap. They've gotten across the face of the man trying to block him, and that's what caused that fumble right there. So with 5:49 left to go here in the 4th quarter, a 31-12 lead for the 9U black team. And a beautiful sunny, like Jeff said, February morning. But there is snow up north.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of snow up north. So, 1st and 10 now for the 9U black team from the 9U whites. 30. Oh. Well. Someone got across the line early, and a handoff. Everybody kind of stopped, and then he started to run. And he's down at the 30-yard line, so gain of 2 yards on that play there. As actually, again, a 1 yard on the 31. Oops. So they're going to say actually no gain, 2nd and 10. It was on the 32, but the original line of scrimmage.
So there was no penalty on the play.
I'm guessing. Yeah, I guess not.
I guess you can encroach anytime you want.
Well, maybe he got lucky and the ball was moving when he jumped. But everybody did stop.
Yes.
Except for the left side of the line because they couldn't see it. But nonetheless, 2nd and 10. Look at this, 2 receivers to either side, and we got a false start from the line. He's done such a good job. That was number 90.
You know, Mike, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, this is really an ideal football weather right now. It's only 55 degrees. It feels a little bit warmer.
Yeah, I don't think you want to brag about that, buddy.
No.
But what he said, I'm with Jeff. Yes, no, you're right. I mean, especially on the turf fields too, as the sun hits them. And again, not that it's scorching hot, but again, a little bit of heat down there.
Mm-hmm. Right now, the Black, they're in total command. They have a huge lead, 4-11. Clock is running. Kind of a continuous clock here on this All-Star, first of 4 here.
And a 2nd and 14 now after the penalty. And an empty set, so they're going to throw the ball. Ooh, and he gets pressure, rolls to his left, and he will get taken down. That was number
18,
24, Jace Brown. That was the quarterback, and number 18, Gunnar Canning, making the tackle, like Jeff said, for the 9U white team. Man, I thought...
Got the replay on that. I mean, that's just tremendous speed and pursuit from behind.
Yeah, I thought Jace was going to be able to outrun him there. It looks like he got by him, and he got closed down on quick.
And he's got the speed to break away, but that might be our defensive play of the day. Of course, we've had a couple of strips, and the Black has made some big plays too. But that, I mean, just fundamentally, I think that's one of the best plays. Is we're going to get a timeout here by the Black.
Yeah, with 2:57 left to go in the game, a 31-12 lead for the 9U Black team. Again, 3 more games coming up after this. So you can enjoy a little Sunday morning. You can enjoy this before you go watch the Pro Bowl. You know, that exhibition game. Well, Jeff, speaking of the Pro Bowl, I mean, the Super Bowl real quick, you know, the great state of Ohio represented by the Cincinnati Bengals. Nobody thought the Bengals, I shouldn't call them that because they're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's very unprofessional.
That is not fair, you know, because I've only heard it on broadcast before. But for Cincinnati, all kidding aside, to be there, I mean, what an accomplishment. And everybody thought the Bengals were not fully out of their minds, but just maybe a little misguided taking Jamar Chase. Yeah, they consulted with Joe Burrow, and of course he's going to go to bat for his guy. But you figure a guy like Penei Sewell is sitting right there, and they make fools out of all of us that thought that because he might be the most sacked quarterback this year. But they're playing the Super Bowl.
And you know, we almost had a Cincinnati-San Francisco Super Bowl for what would have been the 3rd time. And the ironic thing about that is that the Bengals, I mean, they've only been to 2 in the entire history of their team.
Oh, wow. And the defense, man, they must have heard Jeff. Nice pep talk from up here. You told them to keep containing the edge, and you talked about, not even told them to, you talked about how they were doing a good job and not giving up and in containing it. Nobody's giving them up cutback lanes. And another stop in the backfield now, and now this is 4th and very long. Let's just say what it is. About 4th and a quarter mile. But who knows? They've picked up plays like this all game long.
Well, right now, I think the white defense is playing for pride. They don't want to be blown out 37-12. 31-12 sounds a little bit better, but they're playing for pride right now. And, you know, that's a testament to these young all-stars. And again, a special thanks to Urban Elite for sponsoring today's event.
Yeah, so it's 4th and 20, just so everybody is clear, but it's 4th and 20. So 4th and 20, and well, getting the formation set. Got a little motion here, and now more motion. And a high snap, and both guys bobble it. And even if they do recover, doesn't really matter because it's a turnover on downs. But the white team does come up with it. Nope. Oh, they're saying, yeah, he was down. if everybody's on the ground and he's not down, Jeff, that would be the magic trick of the century.
Absolutely. So you got 1:15 left to go here, and so the white, try to make it a little bit more respectable.
Well, we know they have the ability to score on one play. I mean, it was two, but I mean that was a long run. And like you said, the first series of the game, and they got the nice 44-yard run for the touchdown.
And Mike, I think the difference between these two, I mean, I think it goes back to obviously turnovers. I think that's really thwarted the white team. I think they would have had a much closer game if they hadn't turned the ball over. And really, I think the black team did a much better job, both sides of the ball, making adjustments.
And, well, they have pressured the quarterback all day, and they get the sack. All the way from the backside. Looks like that was Jace Brown, number 24, came from the backside, Jeff, and is able to bring the quarterback down.
It's one of the most exciting plays when you see a down lineman or a middle linebacker chasing from behind. It reminds me of those National Geographic movies where the gazelle's running from the lion.
Wow, well, it looks like they were trying to set up a double pass there, but the first pass went backwards, but it was a little short. And no, the referee is they're talking to each other. I didn't see a penalty marker come down. I'm trying to see if they're asking it.
Let's watch that last play again.
Is it a full? It was a backwards pass, right?
I think that's what the officials are trying to discuss here. Let's play that one more time. Yeah, backwards pass.
Yeah, it was a backwards pass. So, well, now it's 3rd down and about 18 as that pass is complete. Oh man, hit him in the hands and he dropped it. As we have 21. Well, I want to say we allegedly have 21 seconds left.
Yeah.
We allegedly have 21 seconds left in this game in the 31-12 lead. And you know, Jeff, you made a great point because the turnovers, because of the white team, you started with the early momentum, and then you said black team rattles off 25 of the next 31 points.
Mm-hmm.
But that stop on the goal line, penalty or not, that was huge. And then they started driving again, and then, but unfortunately, like you said, just got in their own way with another turnover.
Yeah. Well, it's been a tough morning for the white team, though. I think really these teams are somewhat. I think they're pretty evenly matched. It's just comes down to some execution, and I really think the turnovers really made a big difference.
Well, what a catch there by who else? Kevin Haywood. He fired that ball out to Haywood and caught it, but that was 3rd down. So it's 4th down.
4th and about 18 here.
Yep, 4th and 18. No, you're right, 4th and 18.
4th and 18.
The good old 4th and 18 play in every coach's playbook, right?
Well, you'd be surprised at how many coaches actually, execute in practice plays just like that. You call it a Hail Mary or what have you, but it's definitely these are situations that you want to prep your team. I don't know how much these guys are practicing a 4th and 18, but Tom Brady, they run through the whole gambit.
Yeah, real sad to see they lost to the Rams. It was really sad to see that.
Yeah.
Not so much. So 14.4 seconds left. And, I like that. People at any level, and I've talked about this. It's not even about delaying it for the other team to win or, for them to enjoy their win. You got to be coaching all the time. And if you have timeouts, you might as well use them. You can take them with you to the next game. Mm-hmm. So, 14.4 seconds left. It's they're saying, it was a turnover on downs. So that was 4th down, not 3rd. So it's a 1st and 10 for the 9U black team as they run it, and the clock stops with 7.8 left to go. Looks like we have another timeout. But, again, it's one of those things where, like you said, how long have they played? And if you're in the opposite situation, you need to score, you want to coach them up. And young or not, I appreciate, and I get it, fans will say, oh, they're just being ridiculous about it or whatever, but I think the best coaches will take timeouts because, you might be down and out of a game. I've seen it in basketball a lot. You might be down and out of a game by like 20, 25 points, right? And then all of a sudden,
well, I think it goes back to what I said earlier. These guys have not played. Maybe some of them have played in other all-star games. So, you're extending your experience here.
Penalty marker down. And look at the big man. Big man balling, number 90. Oh, the Bus Junior. Oh, breaks a tackle and gets dropped at the 5-yard line. But that is the game. And unfortunately, number 90 is not on their roster. But look at the big man balling. Shout out to the big swagoo on that one. But big man balling there. They thought he was going to get in, but I don't know if it would have counted anyway because there's a penalty marker down, so it could have been a hold in the backfield. But nonetheless, 31-12, Jeff, the final score in the first game, the 9U black team winning over the 9U white team, 31-12, the 2022 Arizona Youth All-Star Classic. And I'm with you, Jeff. The kids, they battled. Again, a little bit of a bumpy start, but like you said, again, to your point, been a few minutes, even if they had a few practices, still not a game. So, but hey, they played well, and both teams fought to the end. So you like to see that.
Absolutely, and again, Urban Elite, big sponsor here on this today's event, this All-Star Classic. Congratulations to both teams on a well-played game.